Hello and welcome back to another breaking news update. My name is Jimmy Boyd and you are watching Boyd News. I want to thank you so much for tuning in today. Really appreciate you being here. I've got a lot of information coming out from Ukraine and I want to get right into this. We have another massive Russian missile attack inside of Ukraine just in the last 12 hours. So while everybody was sleeping here in the United States, Ukraine was being bombed there early in the morning for them. People are on their way to work and out to school and all that, and then all of a sudden lots and lots of drones and missiles come raining in across multiple regions. We had Kharkiv hit, Kiev was hit, the Lviv region was hit. Okay, so lots of different areas coming under fire here. I'm going to be showing you a post here from Volodymyr Zelensky. This is on X or Twitter. And he said, another massive Russian air attack against our country. 6 regions came under fire. All of our services are currently working to eliminate the consequences of this terror. In Mykolaiv, dozens of houses were destroyed and 1 person was killed. More than 10 people were injured in Kiev and 2 people have been reported dead as of now. There may be people underneath the rubble. Some communications, including high voltage cables, were damaged in the capital. Work is currently underway to repair everything as soon as possible. 2 people were injured in Kharkiv and 1 was rescued. Rescuers are currently on the scene in Lviv region. My condolences to all who have lost loved ones. We will definitely retaliate against Russia. Terrorists will always face the consequences of their actions. I am grateful to all of our medics, rescuers, and utility workers. I thank everyone who cares about our country and saves and assists people. So, there you go, directly from the president of Ukraine, Volodymyr Zelensky. So yeah, they came under attack here, as you can see in this photo. This is an apartment building that got hit by a missile. I believe this is in the Kharkiv region. There were several people that were killed in that attack and dozens wounded. So very horrible what's happening here. We also have an article we're going to be kind of going over here a little bit that gives us more information on what's going on over here. So Russia attacks targets across Ukraine with missiles and drones as EU's top diplomat visits Kiev. Russia fired cruise and ballistic missiles and Shahed-type drones at 6 regions across Ukraine on Wednesday morning. Authorities reported killing at least 5 civilians and wounding almost 50 others, including a pregnant woman. The attacks hit at least 3 major cities, including the capital, Kiev, where the European Union's top diplomat, Joseph Borrell, was discussing military aid and financial support for Ukraine. He said that he started his day in an air raid shelter, calling it part of Ukraine's daily reality after almost 2 years of war. It's crazy that they have to do that. You know, imagine waking up and the first thing you do is go inside of an air raid shelter because missiles are going to be coming in. It's absolutely insane that I can't imagine, you know, living somewhere like that and you're just getting bombed like almost every single day, and it's horrible. The West's help is desperately needed by Ukraine, which is struggling with ammunition and personnel shortages. Some long-term foreign funding is also in doubt as the latest effort to clinch a deal on Ukraine aid in the U.S. Senate collapsed Tuesday. So, yeah, just on Tuesday, there's no aid coming to Ukraine still. So Ukraine's getting nothing from the United States right now. They're getting some support from Europe, but from the United States, they're getting basically nothing right now because everything's held up in Congress. So Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky said last month that air defense and electronic warfare systems that can stop drones are Kiev's top priorities. Ukraine Armed Forces said they intercepted 44 Russian drones and missiles out of 64 that were launched in the morning attack. Excuse me. So, as you can see here, they're not able to take down all of them. I've been noticing they usually shoot down somewhere between like 50 and 70% of these drones or missiles that get launched. But then, some of them end up making it through. So they definitely don't have very much air defense. And the fact that they're being attacked several times a week, it seems like, they probably just don't even have enough air defense weapons to really shoot down all these attacks that keep happening, especially if they can't replenish the supplies of the rockets that are needed to take down all these missiles that get shot in. So, a preliminary assessment concluded that 2 of the 5 missiles launched at Kharkiv in northeastern Ukraine were made in North Korea, said Serhiy Bolvanov, head of the National Police's investigation unit in the region. Russian Defense Ministry said it used long-range precision weapons and drones against Ukrainian factories that manufacture sea drones, coastal defense missile systems, rockets, and explosives. The ministry said that all targets were hit. The barrage killed 4 people in Kiev, the state emergency service said, where explosions rattled the city during the morning rush hour. It was the first bombardment of Kiev for 2 weeks. So imagine just driving to work and all of a sudden a missile comes and lands next to you and hits a building or something. That's absolutely terrifying. I can't imagine what these people are dealing with over here, and waking up every single day and knowing that it could be your last day because there's just missiles and drones coming in all the time. Like, these people must be living in sheer terror. Or I don't know, maybe at this point, maybe they're just used to it because it's been going on for so long. But either way, they've got to be worried about these missiles coming in. The 4 people died when missile or drone wreckage hit an 18-story apartment building, causing a fire that gutted apartments on several floors. So just like what you see here in the photo, something similar to that. I don't know if that's the one that got hit, but this is one of them that got hit, one of the buildings that got hit. The attack also killed 1 man and wounded 6 people in Mykolaiv, a city in southern Ukraine where about 20 residential buildings and public infrastructure were damaged. Regional Governor Vitaly Kim said 40 people were wounded in Kiev, according to city authorities, including a pregnant woman. Apartment buildings caught on fire in multiple Kiev districts. Mayor Vitaly Klitschko said 2 power lines damaged during the attack left about 20,000 households on Kiev's East Bank without power. So yeah, 20,000 residents were affected by a power outage due to that. It was the first significant power outage in the capital this winter because of Russian airstrikes. Last winter, Moscow's forces targeted Kiev's electricity infrastructure in an apparent attempt to deny residents heat, light, and running water. In Kharkiv, in eastern Ukraine, a 52-year-old woman was slightly wounded in an S-300 missile attack, Regional Governor Ole Sinyahubov said. Missiles also hit as far away as the Lviv region of western Ukraine, where a fire broke out. So we're going to be talking about that in just a moment. There was an attack, a missile attack in Lviv. So if you don't know where Lviv is at, Lviv is actually on the western side of Ukraine, close to the Polish border. It's really not that far away. So if you look at this photo here, you can see Lviv there on the bottom there on the map with that little blue pin mark. So the missile that was launched, it landed in that region around Lviv, right? And if you see over here on the left side, that blue circle, that's from a Boeing KC-135 Stratotanker that was in Poland. Okay, so Poland had activated their air force to be ready for this missile should this missile come into Polish airspace. Luckily, it did not. It diverted its course and crashed somewhere near Lviv. But right there, you can see that KC-135 Stratotanker doing loops right there. And the KC-135 Stratotanker, if you don't know what that is, it's actually an aerial refueler. It's used to refuel, jets in the sky, so that way they can continue to keep flying and they don't have to land and go and refuel. They can stay active in the air and be refueled. So they were definitely doing some patrols over there and getting ready for that missile to come in. And luckily, it did not. Luckily, it diverted course and crash landed somewhere in the Lviv region. Okay. So I have a quick article just to go over real quick for that as well. And we're going to be talking about that. So Ukraine's NATO ally scrambles fighter jets after Russian missile warning. So this is actually the first time I want to say that Poland has really activated their fighter jets to go to the border. It may have happened a couple more times in the past, but they had to do this out of nowhere. They were warning their residents that it could get really loud due to these fighter jets getting activated. So let's read this real quick. So Ukraine's NATO ally, Poland, deployed fighter jets after a missile that Russia launched as part of a barrage on Ukraine on Wednesday. Wednesday morning, headed towards the Polish border before changing course, officials said. A command body of the Polish Armed Forces said in a statement on X, formerly Twitter, that authorities were observing Russia's intensive long-range aviation activity related to missile strikes on the territory of Ukraine. All necessary procedures to ensure the safety of Polish airspace have been launched, it said. We warn that Polish and Allied aircraft have been activated, which may result in increased noise levels, especially in the southeastern part of the country. So, yeah, again, as you can see there, they did activate their Air Force to patrol the border of Ukraine and Poland. And luckily, that missile did not head into Poland, because that would have been very bad. It would have been an attack on Poland, and we could be seeing Article 5 being enacted. Okay, so yeah, lots of tension going on over here still in Ukraine, and as I've been saying, something big is coming here pretty soon. We're going to be seeing some sort of massive offensive, I believe, from the Russians here pretty soon. We haven't seen it yet, but I think it may be coming here in the next few months. In early March, I think March 17th, Russia's supposed to be holding their elections, and if Putin gets reelected, I think sometime soon after that, maybe end of March or April, possibly May at the latest, we may be seeing a spring offensive coming from the Russians, because that's when all the snow starts to thaw out, and very possible we could be seeing that. So I'll stay tuned to that, and if anything comes out, I will let you guys know. But that's the latest on what's going on in Ukraine. I appreciate you guys being here. I hope you all have a great day. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed my content, please hit the like button on this video. And if you enjoy these videos, please consider subscribing to the channel. Hit the notification bell. That way YouTube can notify you. And with that, I hope you all have a great day. Thanks again so much for hanging out. And we'll see you guys later. Take care. God bless. And we'll see you in the next one.